parents are very strict. Where are you going with those skates? Wear your helmet. Are you doing that too? Are you jumping on those banisters?
Can you say that?
Yeah.
Seen you do that before too.
Yeah.
Okay,
On a
introduction's done.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
So, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Cave Crew Shodcast. We have Joss, George Harrison, Summer, top left corner, and we have Grant, Trevor Walker down the bottom, aka your Son Sk8 Titles rollerblade judges, and soon to be your X-Air judges also for the rollerblading category.
Apparently.
Hello.
Yeah.
Randomly, what we thought we'd do today is record a quick intro as Grant doesn't talk down the bottom, and just go through how the structure of the day at the Son Sk8 Titles is going to work, and also how we're going to judge it. It's going to be a different judging format to previous events, something that I think I'm quite excited about, and gives an opportunity for a rider to improve their score, or a rider to have the course to themselves and put on a bit of a show for those watching, or really, really improve their score. So we can take you through the format of the day and then the judging sheet. Is everyone keen to move on?
That was a pretty good explanation.
Cool.
It also means that the way that we're going to judge it means that you can afford to have a bad day, but a good couple of tricks. So without further ado.
Cool. I will share my screen. And you can talk there, Grant, Trevor Walker.
Most important thing is to grab it.
So just giving you guys a bit of an update on the day, and you two chime in when you're ready. I'll actually leave you guys to talk about the judging, but so the run sheet is we have 8:30 till 10 for registration, and that also is 8:30 till 10 for warm up if you choose to be there on time. If you don't warm up at 10, I'm not going to know you're there. Or if you don't register, between 8:30 and 10, I'm not going to know you're there. If you don't register beforehand, I'm not going to know you're there. So you might not necessarily be included. So please do one of those.
And can I just interject? The reason that it's like this is because we're sharing the day with skateboarding. So if we had the whole day, it would be way more relaxed. So
that's a really important point to note, because it is a multi-sport competition weekend. So it's not just about blading, it's about all the communities that are involved in Son Sk8. I'll go through this really briefly. So we have the warm-up, we have the registration. We go straight away at 10 o'clock into under 18, rollerblade 18 and under street. Not sure how many entrants we have at this stage, but we're trying to knock them out quite quickly and give them the opportunity to ride the course exclusively, and have their event early. While we have them starting, we have the warm-up for the roller skating mini ramp between 10 till 10:20, and then as soon as the under 18 street is over, we go straight into the rollerblading under 18 and under heats. Timing TBC, and then we also go into the open mini ramp section as well, all TBC depending on entrance. Again, interject guys whenever you're ready. In terms of the rollerblading street then being the open category, we have the warm-ups happening while the roller skating mini ramps going on. So what that means is rollerbladers basically are avoiding the mini ramps and don't have access to it during the roller skating comp and the rollerblading warm-up. But when the roller skating comp is over and we go into the heats, we then have free access to the entire park. So open rollerblading street includes the mini ramp, so you can transfer in and out of the mini ramp. There's a sub box section of the mini ramp that's curved. There's wall ride sections you can use. And there's also a jump box out of the higher part as well you can use.
And the mini ramp's been re-skate loaded, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's really, really cool.
It looks good. I haven't seen it, but I remember it last time. It was pretty bad, and it looks pretty good now.
Definitely. So we're trying to keep the heats to small numbers. And Grant, why don't you jump in here and talk about the numbers of people per heat and how many people qualify out of each heat?
So we're looking at 5 people per heat if we've got 15 entrants. And then we're looking at putting 2 through from each heat into the finals, along with another 2 wild cards to top it off at 8 in the finals. Is that what you want me to say?
That's perfect. That was a really, really good summary.
And that's if we get 15 people. We don't actually know how many people are gonna register on the day, like. And that's why. And
if there's more, the heat numbers will go up.
Yeah, and that's partly why we wanted to do the video, because if you're coming and you're going to enter and you want to skate, like it's important to watch this, and maybe even if we get it posted soon enough, we might get some feedback on who's coming and who's going to enter, and we might have to squeeze the times or change the. We won't change the setup about how many people are coming through from each heat, because that's how many people we want in the finals for a very specific reason. But if you're going to enter and you do watch this, because everyone watches the Shodcast, everyone is anyone watching the course, then you should probably comment and say that you're going to enter. Does that make sense?
Or you should have just entered already.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stop being just grow up, really.
Just grow up. Act your age.
Yeah. Stop procrastinating. Enter. It's going to be a good time with everyone.
It will, definitely will. And then, so we go roller skating street. We then give them a 10-minute open warm-up. So everyone clears the course. Roller skating street's got an opportunity to warm up. I guess this is their second opportunity to warm up as well. It's worth noting, because between 8:30 and 10, everyone's got a chance to warm up.
And this is also everyone's opportunity to go out to the car park and like talk shit on everyone else, like the other people you're skating against, like that kind of stuff.
Hopefully we've got some kind of Tim Kevin Batten rivalries or Tim Michael Farr rivalries between people to be a bit interesting.
Sabotaging people's skates, like putting things under their inner soles.
Fish heads.
Jelly meat.
Bananas, ham.
Yeah. Ham's a good one. Yeah.
Ham was used
or laxative.
Yeah, I'm sure most of that was used on them.
Laxatives and LNP go really well too. So
it does cancel each other out though, Joss, don't forget.
But did it work for you?
Well, I was an intercity bus back to Hamilton, which took 2 hours. There was not a single shit involved. Mm-hmm. So
and then when are we get and then like back on the course for the finals.
Yep. So finals, we've given you another 20 minutes to warm up, catch up again, get back into your groove, and then we have a half an hour open rollerblade final, and then give you the judges, being the 2 of you, plus a special guest judge, another 10 minutes to kind of figure out who's who in the zoo, who deserves to win first, second, third, best trick, and then go into a prize giving. And then we basically do the announcement of the prize giving between 1:30 and 1:45, and then we look to tidy up all of our belongings and all of our rubbish and vacate the park, ready for Aaron to move it around for the skateboarding. So that's kind of a good summation of the day for anyone who's interested. If you're pre-registered, it does make it a lot easier, because you can just turn up at 10:20 and go into your rollerblade warm-up. You don't have to be there first thing in the morning. So again, encourage anyone to register. I'll quickly bring up the judging sheet so people can see what we're going to do. It is a different format to what we've ever done before within the rollerblade judging component. Something we're keen to try to iron out and make sure it works moving into X here. So I'll bring that up. So these names are people who have already pre-registered. There's actually another 5. I just haven't entered them all. Did you guys want to jump in and talk to this?
Yeah, so we talked about how we would judge each heat and the total score that you could achieve. What a corny word, but so yeah, you basically need to judge on difficulty, style, use of the course, creativity. Each of those columns is worth 10 points, so there's potential for 40 points there. And then also at the end of the heat, there's going to be a period of time where you'll get to call one spot that you want to hit on the course, and you'll get a free run at it for a single trick that could potentially get you 20 points, and you get 2 shots at it.
2 shots at that.
Yeah. So the park's completely cleared. It's you on your own. You call out the trick you want to, or not call out. You go and you attempt the trick that you want. If you crash the first time round, you get a second opportunity to try and land it.
You don't have to try the same trick again, though. Let's be clear. You could completely stuff up one thing and go, "That's not going to happen the second time. I'm just going to try something else."
Yeah.
Or you could land your first one and not need to do your second one, or you could pick to do a bigger second trick. We're going to pick the top trick out of the 2, and it's going to be scored once. So one trick will get between 1 to 20, sometimes 0. And from there, you can choose whether you want to try better whatever score you might have got by doing an even bigger trick. Or you could fall the first time and try again to land it the second time.
So it's 60 points total.
So as per the example I've just punched in there, Calvin killed it with difficulty, got 9 out of 10 for style, 10 out of 10 for use of the course, 8 out of 10 for creativity, got a 37 in the heat section. And then when he got called out by the announcer, being me for the day, he got 2 attempts to land his trick. He landed it in the second try, got 19 out of 20. He got 56, so killed it. So pretty good summation of how we're going to score it this time.
I think it's pretty straightforward, and it doesn't, not the be all and end all, but this is what we're going to try for this one. And I think it's going to work.
I think so too. It allows those people that are good and consistent during heats, but also those people who are creative, think differently, and can land some big bangers as well. So I think that's basically a well-rounded view of how we want to see what rollerblading's like without being a run score, because we all know everyone's old and not a lot of people can put together a 45-second run.
Yeah, and it's going to be nice to see people trying to like throw something heavy, you know?
However, from my judging perspective, if you're linking tricks and forming a line, I'm probably going to judge that differently or better than someone that's only doing single tricks.
Yeah,
single
tricks. That's the great
thing
about having. That's the great thing about having different judges, I think, too.
Yes.
Cool. Oh, well, I think this is. It's good to be able to do this in advance and tell everyone how it's being judged on the day as well. We are going to pull people aside and basically give you a bit of a briefing on how we're going to judge you, and like a rider's update, just so everyone's completely across what we're planning to do, so it's transparent, so you can basically skate accordingly, really.
I think at the end of the day, everyone's just going to give it death anyway, and I hope they do, because I guess we did talk about how this was kind of a precursor to X year, and there's other skate comps throughout New Zealand throughout the year. But, this is, I guess, it is kind of unofficially like a qualifier. Well, it is a qualifier, but
it is, yeah.
Yeah, it is. So,
I think it's a really good opportunity to see some of those rivalries that you talked about at the beginning come out. I'm myself quite excited to see what sort of skating goes down. I think the park changes lends itself to a whole bunch of different styles of skating, whether it be tech skating or hammer skating or, the launch ramp introduction, transfers from quarter to bank. I think it's going to be really exciting. Isaac Rolls being there as well. Everything he tries or his stock standard tricks are generally bangers. And him P dunks, Gib, meet combo are going to be real interesting.
Yeah, and I haven't talked to many people about XF for years, but so I don't really have a gauge on like if people understand how cool it is, like how much of a fun event it is.
People don't.
So yeah, so on that note, like this is a good chance to really like give it heaps, so that it's kind of a good test for it, to get ready for it, and to like I know there's a couple of people. Well, there's a few people that were sort of saying, "Oh, we shouldn't be at XAir," or we're not ready for it, or it's not at that level. But this is I kind of feel like it's a good chance to prove those people wrong, or at least start having an attitude that we are going to go to it and it is going to be cool, and wanting to like get to a level where like we feel good about our inclusion in it, because we're getting included in it. Like,
yeah,
we're invited this year. We did, and back
They've
in the
really,
day,
really wanted it too. They've organisers have really wanted inline back there. And they did come to the last comp at Son Sk8 and extremely impressed, which it was a good turnout, and I hope as many people and more come to this one, because this is a big thing. I remember regionals back in the day for nationals were always huge. I'm sure Liam entered all the Auckland ones plus the Hamilton ones.
I think I won a couple of Auckland ones as well.
However, like those were exciting too back then,
Yeah.
and this is at a very, very young age. And for me, this is exciting, even though I'm done now. Not putting skates on again. But it's exciting for me if the turnout's good, because the turnout needs to be good for the vibe to be good, for big tricks to be pulled. So I'd like to hope that as many people come as possible, because all that does is amp it up, and that's all XAir was amped up for everyone, from everyone, no matter how hungover we were or still drunk. There was just constant massive tricks, which is it's like, as you guys talked about on the pod with Steve, how it wasn't just about the sport. It was the whole vibe, it was the whole everything, and the people were what made it get bigger and bigger and bigger. So it'd be cool to see everyone there again, albeit we're a bit older. But we used to have the biggest crowd in Hamilton. We used to have the biggest crowds. It was inline. So it'd be good.
Yeah, and I mean, we didn't really have to. It wasn't like we really had to try back in the day to have that, because like the Australian connection really helped. The skating back then was already caliber enough to make it interesting. There was already like personalities and rivalries that kind of made it interesting in itself. But I think that can all come back, and I just hope that people are like, kind of, it sounds really corny, and like to like put in the effort to get it to that level again.
Which all it's going to take is everyone getting together and everyone making sure they're not too busy to go to the comp.
Yeah.
It's almost as simple as that. I went last year to XAir. Very interesting to watch from the sidelines, from a different perspective as well. And I would love to see some hammers, like some of the hammers I've seen on some of the other sports done on rollerblades, because some can be done. The course is big. That's one of the reasons I started skating again, which now I've stopped. But
Why did you
yeah,
stop, Grant?
because I'm too old.
Because you had shoulder surgery as a result?
Yeah, blew my shoulder out. And that was one of the reasons as well. I was like, oh, that'd be cool to be able to enter again.
Yeah.
And like I've had the unfortunate accident to stop that. I'll be there. I was there this year with no rollerbladers there. Like there's Aaron and obviously Tim and a few of the other guys outside riding the
Mega
mega
ramp
ramp.
setup.
However, yeah, I was still there. I was still there to support the event. I thought I'd see more people there, just because it's the event, even though it wasn't including inline. Because like that's what it was. It was the event. We hung out with everyone.
I can't stress enough how cool of a thing it is to be invited to and like involved in at that level. Like you get a pass, you get to skate the course. Like it's pretty fun, man. Like it's a lot of fun, and if it works out well, despite some of the things that people have like, I'm not gonna call them haters, but the people that are doubting it, like if it works out well, we'll get to go again, and we'll get to go again, and like Grant's saying, like it breeds like a vibe and an excitement. So it's cool. I think everyone should really be going for it to try and get it going again. And this is part of it. This comp is part of it. So
everyone that isn't entered needs to go and support everyone, because it is a vibe, and they need to bring their families, because we want the crowds bigger for every sport. Your families are all interested in different sports, like watching different stuff. And the more people there, the better. The event's only going to get bigger. 4 of us went down last year with my kids. Everyone should be doing the same thing. Bring your families, bring your kids, bring your parents if you're entering. For younger people, all sports. Get it big.
That's kind of a good point too, though. Like the only way we're going to form a bigger and better community across all action sports is just by supporting.
Yeah.
So that's, coming out to all the local events where you can, supporting them, giving them your time, and actually just turning up. Turning up's a massive thing.
Yeah, and my boy, one of them's coming on Saturday to the comp, because he enjoyed the vibe of the last comp that much. He had the opportunity to not come. The other one's got his football on. He would have come if he didn't have that. But they loved the vibe of everyone. They loved the vibe of all the skaters, that they wanted to be there. And when you're not, imagine being 10 and 14 and dragged along to a park to watch something you're not really interested in. But that's essentially the vibe of XAir from a younger generation, like wanting to be somewhere even if you aren't competing. So I think it's important for everyone to bring everyone possible. And that's how you grow all the sports. The scooter kids, however, really enjoy watching rollerblading, which is 2 completely different things. All the sports. If you go down to XAir, or if you're around for the weekend, BMXing at Son Sk8 would be amazing to watch.
Yeah.
Skateboarding, amazing to watch. I'll be there on the Monday watching the scootering. Even though my kid's not even entering, still there. I'll be watching it. I love watching it. I think that's just, it confuses me, but yeah, it's like all the sports. Be there to watch them if you're around. If you got mates that are doing them, go support them.
Yeah,
it's pretty important for the whole scene.
I'm glad your son's going to be there on Monday, because he's behind the counter on Monday selling drinks and chocolate bars for me.
That's what happens when you drop your scooter on your foot from quite high.
Awesome. And then, Joss, are your kids going to enter the skateboarding comp?
But potentially, yeah.
Right.
Potentially.
Cool.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. It depends. It'll depend how vibed out they get on the day, because I imagine for all the sports it's going to be pretty hectic. Like there's going to be a lot of people on the course. It's going to be busy.
Yeah.
Like blading's a bit different. Like we can put on our skates and just like pretty much start throwing down for the most part. Well, I don't know, like I can't anymore, but it doesn't seem like you need much of a warm up. But it's going to be busy, and yeah, my two, like they're so used to fitting a skate park and skating stuff like outside of the weekends because they're homeschooled. They skate Monday to Friday, where there's like, you know, you don't exactly have to be a snake, so they need heaps of space, but they might enter, yeah.
How cool is that though, that the three of us on this call are ex-air athletes, I guess you can call us, and all of our kids participate in action sports and potentially could have all ridden this weekend.
Yeah.
Injury. Yeah. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Right. All right. Well, it seems like kind of a good spot to end the call. We've done a really kind of quick summation about how we're going to judge it, what the run sheet is of the day. I'm excited about the opportunity for the banger trick. I think it's really going to suit some people. I think I'm looking forward to seeing some people skating, like looking forward to seeing what Tim drops on the park. We've had a little teaser with his stuff. He skated on a Monday, just did some of his stock standard, but pushed himself with that kind of disaster switch top acid, which I thought was quite cool. And so, yeah, looking forward to what everyone puts together. Looking forward to seeing Mickey destroy the rainbow rail, and just looking forward to the comp and seeing everyone in general.
Yeah, and let's just be clear, if you make it from your heat to the final, you're skating X-Air. So
yep. Pretty clear.
You'll be there. You'll get a lanyard with a little plastic thing around your neck that you can wave at people and go into all the little areas.
You'll get cheap beers.
Cheap beers, free energy drinks, free food.
You get to go into the athletes area at X-Air. That's the other thing worth noting as well, is we've got Monster Energy as a sponsor for this weekend's event. So they're going to be walking around giving you a whole lot of Monster Energy to get hyped up on if you're over 16. So that's kind of cool. And yeah, there's a principal sponsor sitting at the bottom of the screen who's giving away $250 worth of tattoos to each sport. If you win and you don't want a tattoo, I'm happy to take your voucher off your hands. I've got a shoulder piece.
They clearly say not transferable.
I know they do, but I'm sure you'd make an exception for me. I actually
Scott's going to be there to answer questions about anything like life, or Isaac will be there if you just want like a hug or someone to like just sit around and say nothing with. Who else is coming? Is Ben coming? I don't know if Ben's coming.
Nah, Ben's not coming. So I know
Brooke's going to be there. Brooke's coming.
Oh, we've asked Brooke, but he's left me on unread, just like he did Steve.
Seen,
that's it. Sorry. I tried Messenger and Instagram, so he's left me on scene.
You probably need to contact him in the metaverse.
Yeah, I should have really got on the Discord and messaged him.
Yeah.
But no, should be a really good weekend, and looking forward to catching up with all of you.
Yeah, and we might do another little video later in the weekend, like a little review on the comp. Yeah. Maybe we'll see what happens. But
make a review happen. Do well. Try harder. Lots of people turn up.
Yeah.
Give something to review about.
Yeah. So I guess just to recap, think about the course. Think about the way we're going to judge it. Think about the hammers you want to drop, because that's a good column to score in. And just be there and have fun. And yeah.
It's worth noting as well, the best trick trophies Callum made, and Callum's our guest judge as well for this comp because he's injured. And those best trick trophies are a thing of beauty, being a recreation of the famous Third and Army San Francisco spot, with Gib doing some graffiti over the top. So they're pretty fucking cool, and that's an awesome prize on its own. So turn up, win that, get that really rad collector's edition trophy that you're never ever going to get anywhere ever again. I see
That's a
your
lot of hard
crutches
work
in
gone
the
into it.
corner, Jackson.
Oh yeah, there's
There he is.
there he is on his crutches. Had a fall yesterday. Can't head to the comp now.
And he
The
can't finish
scootering.
filming his full part with me either.
And it sucks because he
Oh.
won the last comp there too. So it's a bit of a bummer. Well, unless it's not broken, we found out today. So he said if it's swelling's down, can he still enter? So if he wants to enter, he can enter.
Man,
You know,
it's hard out, eh?
oh, the last comp he won, he knocked his tooth out for 3 days beforehand as well. So that was at Son Sk8 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. First jump over the jump box and ate shit. Yeah. 20 minutes in, so I had to go pick him up and get his tooth fixed. Went through his lip.
The apple doesn't fall very far there, Grant.
No, I just didn't tell Mum that I'd broken my arm.
Yeah.
Or broken my wrist. I'd leave it like 6 months because I didn't want to be in a cast. So
can I drive your Porsche this weekend?
I'm gonna. Can you drive a manual?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it on. The excess is $6,000 for anyone that's not me.
That's fine. I'm not going to correct it.
I got to drive it at the moment because the Merc's got no warrant. I'm waiting on brakes. So
You can drive my Hilux.
sweet.
Swap you. Okay, good talk, guys.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Sounds good,
Sweet.
guys. All right, we'll talk soon.
Sweet.
See you later.
Cheers. See you.
Bye.
Try
Thanks for
harder.
watching.
Try harder. Grab it.
Try harder.
Good.
Bye.
Bye.
Parents are very strict. Where you going with those skates? Wear your helmet. Are you doing that too? Are you jumping on those banisters?